a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
All right, welcome to the show. Jason Aldean in the news, big time. This recent story around CMT censorship, more censorship out there. It's like we need. That's just what we need, right? Try that in a small town. Jason Aldean. I'm going to read the lyrics to you and also let you know what my thoughts are on that, as well as Garth Brooks. Who's we'll jump into that in a minute. Fred Defelice, waterscience.us here on the program as well. Coming back, talk about financing options. Also, a new water pitcher opportunity they have as well. We got attorney Muhammad Akbik in studio as well, talking about small business law, contract law, and some preventative measures that will make you a smarter business owner, make you more street smart as a business owner. And also, here's an interesting question to think about. Does a thumbs up emoji constitute acceptance or some type of agreement ratifying a contract? Well, we got an interesting case that had talked about that and maybe set some precedent. We'll ask the expert, though. We'll ask the attorney on that when we come to his segment here coming up. So I'm Brandon Rhymes. I'm your host of the show. We appreciate you spending some time with us here. And, I've had some great conversations over the last couple months and years of just some awesome listeners out there, people that are supporting our show, people that respect what we do and talk about and stand for here with the Consumer Quarterback Show. So I just want to say thank you for that. And if you need anything, any introductions, CPAs, financial advisors, attorneys, home service providers, all types of great show partners, 80 different categories, everything from the yachting industry to private pilots to self-defense, just give us a call. We'd love to talk with you. You can hit the website up, consumerqb.com, consumerqb, like quarterback.com. 727-263-3707 is the hotline. You can call or text that line. It's an off-air number, 727-263-3707. And, of course, we'd greatly appreciate if you follow us at CQB Show, at Brandon Rhymes 1 as well. We greatly appreciate that. We always like to feature our real estate properties as well on the program. We own and operate, my wife Lindsay and I own and operate a top 100 ranked real estate team here in Tampa Bay. We help sellers sell faster for more money. Of course, we work with buyers and investors as well, vacant land, commercial, residential properties. We are well versed in all aspects. I actually teach classes on winning with sellers and other classes as well. But we got a couple of hot listings I wanted to let you know about here. So you can hear it first. We've got a property at 861 Mandalay Avenue on Clearwater Beach. $1 million listing, north side of Clearwater Beach. You're amongst the stars. You've got a lot of the, the stars that live on that side, celebrities on the north side of Clearwater Beach. 861 Mandalay Avenue, 2 bedrooms, 2 bath, gorgeous interior, sleek quartz countertops, beautiful property. And the best part is you're 200 steps from the sugar sand beaches and dolphin-filled waters of the Gulf of Mexico. 861 Mandalay Avenue. Check it out online. Also, we've got a new listing here, 3416 Crepe Myrtle Drive in Hernando Beach. This is just a great opportunity. Hernando County, north part of our listening audience here. 3 bedrooms, 3 bath, 1864 square feet. Gorgeous, completely renovated. It's staged. It's operating currently as a short-term rental. You're on the waterfront. You've got bay access from your private boat dock. Great opportunity here to own real estate. You got to see this one. It's completely decked out, staged, furniture, beautiful, beautiful property. Paver deck with a built-in fireplace. 3416 Crepe Myrtle Drive, Hernando Beach. And you can see all of our real estate listings at PlatinumCoastalElite.com.
Yeah, I'm raising my glass to those saving our ass overseas.
All right, so let's get to this Jason Aldean story, and then we're going to talk with Fred Defelice, our water quality expert here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. So Jason Aldean, a top country music artist, and if you know me, I love country music. I grew up in the country, and that's kind of my, I'm a country boy. I grew up in the South, right? But CMT decides to censor his new video, which is an interesting scenario here. Try that in a small town, which the lyrics are really cool. I'm going to start with the lyrics. Or actually, let me read this tweet from DC Drano. He's an attorney down in Sarasota area. His name is Rogan O'Hanley, I believe. CMT is censoring Jason Aldean's new music video. Try that in a small town. Most mainstream artists promote drugs, gangs, violence, and sleeping around. Jason says, hey, let's not rob old ladies. And burn cities down. and CMT bans his video. So CMT accused of pulling a Bud Light ad after removing Jason Aldean video. So yeah, so here's the lyrics. Let me let you hear the lyrics, and then you tell me if you've heard and heard about or heard other rap music, for example. I mean, we all know what's in the lyrics. So here's Jason Aldean's song. His lyrics starts off by saying, "Sucker punch somebody on a sidewalk, carjack an old lady at a red light, pull a gun on the owner of a liquor store. You think it's cool? Well, act fool if you like. Cuss out a cop, spit in his face, stomp on the flag, and light it up. Yeah, you think you're tough? Well, try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road." So that's the chorus. See how far you make it down the road. Around here, we take care of our own. You cross that line, it won't take long for you to find out. I recommend you don't. Okay, here's the next verse. So this is for all the gun rights folks and the Second Amendment folks out there. Thomas King, Florida Firearms, shout out to you guys. So he says, "Got a gun from his granddad gave me. Got a gun that my granddad gave me. Then they say one day they're going to round him up. Well, that S might fly in a big city. Good luck. Try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road." So you get the sense, you get the theme of the show. The overall theme of the song, rather, is, hey, we like our rights. Don't punch an old lady or don't rob an old lady. Don't punch somebody on the sidewalk. And we all see the videos. We watch the social media. We're not just tuned into the mainstream, ABC, CBS, the names, right? So we're getting our news and our information from other places, and we see these videos. We all have seen the videos of people getting sucker punched on the sidewalk. We see the videos of people getting carjacked, and we know that crime is up. So here's Jason making a song about it and speaking out about that. So, I like Jason Aldean. I like what he stands for, and I stand behind him on that. And the flip side of that is somebody like a Garth Brooks. In the 90s, Garth Brooks was the guy, man. He was like a big-time hit in the 90s. And I lost a lot of respect and interest when he sung at the Biden inauguration, first of all. And I just couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, interesting. And then, and also he's kind of a douche, right? When you think about somebody that refers to themselves in third person. Oh, Garth wouldn't do a song. Garth wouldn't do No, I'm not with that. And then he also stood up for the Bud Light, Dylan Mulvaney stuff going on there. So anyhow, so there you go. There's my take on Jason Aldean's song. Also, one last thing. I was watching the CMT Awards, I believe it was. It may have been the CMAs, but it said something. Dolly Parton was hosting with Garth Brooks. Two legends, and they're right. And the joke ended up being, I used to like Brad Paisley doing it much better, and Carrie Underwood, and Luke Bryan does a great job with that. But when they had Dolly and Garth on stage, they made a joke, and the joke was something to the effect of Trisha Yearwood is Garth's wife. And the joke was something about a threesome. That was the chorus line, boom, right? The drum. No, that's not country music values. Why are you bringing this stuff in here? What are you trying to go Hollywood, CMT, CMA awards, country music awards like these? Anyways, that's my take. I'm going to get off the soapbox there. Let's bring in Fred Defelice, waterscience.us. And Fred, good to see you again. Thanks for coming back in.
It's so great to be here, man.
Yeah, man. And you help us with the water quality. I mean, a lot of people have these misconceptions, and you're one of the best expert contributors we have in terms of, hey, knowledgeable, but it's also something that's overlooked. This is a consumer advocate talk that we're going to have around water because people don't realize what's in it.
Yeah. Basically, the last 40 years, all we knew anything about was a water softener here in Florida, right? The water is hard. And why is the water hard? Because it has good minerals in it. Yeah. Right? Well, what does a water softener do? It takes out the minerals, and that's all it does. And in the process, because there's a salt tank, and it backwashes, now it's putting sodium in your water. Well, you don't want to drink that, right? You wouldn't drink water in the Gulf.
Right.
So now you must buy a reverse osmosis system. People all know, hey, I have an RO system. An RO system is only one purpose: remove the salt that the water softener put in.
Yeah.
Right. In that process, the water is very acidic.
Right.
so acidic, if you ran that water through a copper pipe, it would eat it up. It would make holes in it.
Wow.
As well as the water from the water softener. Because of that salt content. It's like up north. If you had salt on the road, you knew what it did to your car.
Yeah, and the same thing with the beaches or Key West, or,
Yeah.
where you have a sea breeze.
Exactly. So this is the issue. Nobody is ever educated about it. If it wasn't for your show, nobody would know any of this.
Right. Well, thank you.
Really. So people have the misconception that a water softener is a purifier. Oh, yeah, I got a water softener. My water's good. Well, that's the furthest thing from the truth.
Mm.
So many states have banned the use of water softeners.
Wow.
And you probably would guess the first state was California.
Ah, okay.
Back in 2005.
Yep, they're struggling with water out there.
Right. So one of their big problems is they run into water. They have drought situations. So a water softener typically can waste 100 gallons of water every week.
Wow.
Because of the backwash. And if you have a reverse osmosis system, that little bugger is going to waste about 3 gallons of water for every 1 gallon you get to drink.
Wow.
So typically, the average home is wasting about 3,000 gallons of water a year.
3,000 gallons a year.
So if your water bills are going up, right, and you got a system like this, there's just no sense to it.
Yeah, it's an old technology, outdated technology.
Yeah. That's all we had years ago. So back in 2005, the great thing California did, they helped subsidize homeowners with some money so they can get different systems. So as they develop new systems, basically it's the same technology we use here in Florida in our systems. So for your listeners' sake, we actually manufacture and assemble the whole house no salt water system.
Okay.
All right, so we are the alternative to a water softener. And for the last 15 years, basically, we've been trying to educate consumers why you don't want to have a water softener in your home.
Right.
I've met with county commissioners. I've met with SwiftMud, which is the agency that controls all the water for like a tri-county area.
Right.
And I've tried to get them to take fluoride out of the water as well.
Mm.
Well, all this, they weren't interested, to make a long story short.
Yep.
And they always say follow the money.
Yeah.
So fluoride in our water isn't a medical grade fluoride.
Mm.
It's actually it's a waste product from the aluminum industry.
Wow.
And what we've been told is Alcoa has spent millions of dollars with their scientists to prove to the government that it's good to put in the water.
Wow.
And the reason they cannot bury it in the ground, that's how caustic it is.
Wow.
So
Can't bury it in the ground, put it in the water.
Put it in the water.
That sounds crazy.
And crazy things happen. Like right now, Pasco County is the only county nearby without fluoride in their water.
Wow.
Pinellas County took it out way back in 2005 or something. New commissioners came in and they put it right back in again. So
interesting.
So we've been wanting to get the government to stop putting it in.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So we realize now it's up to us to educate the consumer.
Yeah.
And let them find a choice so they're not dealing with this stuff.
Yeah, and you got a whole house system. You got an under the sink system. I got to take a quick break here though. But when we come back, check them out online as well. Waterscience.us. And when we come back, I'm going to have Fred talk about his system, the solution to this. And we've already talked about get rid of your soft water or the water softeners. You don't want that. It's doing nothing to actually remove chemicals and all other types of toxicants in the water. We're going to come back more with Fred Defelice. He's going to explain that and break it down for us here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Make sure you follow us online. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can see all of our previous shows, legacy content, lots of great topics there. Brandon Rhymes Realty on YouTube. We'll be right back. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, everybody, it's the Captain, Matt Bruce, and you're listening to my buddy, Brandon Rhymes, a Consumer Quarterback. Sell, Brandon, sell.
All right, welcome back. Brandon Rhymes here in studio with our water quality expert, Fred Defelice, waterscience.us. We got a special offer coming up here in just a minute. Before we do, a couple of hot listings here. We got a property on Burger Road in Lutz. This is a beautiful property, $2.2 million listing of ours, 3704 Burger Road in Lutz, Florida. This property is just recently reduced. Great opportunity, 10,000 square foot mansion for sale from the Platinum MVP team at Keller Realty, Libyan Coastal Elite. You got 9 bedrooms, 12 baths. It has a beautiful indoor pool area, full bar, oversized deck, full tennis court, library, movie theater, sauna, 2 master suites, and a grand balcony. 3704 Burger Road in Lutz, Florida, one of our $2 million listings here from the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. 14 Baywood Drive in Palm Harbor. We got a 2-story, beautiful, actually 3-story home, beautiful property here as well. 2913 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3 bath, completely remodeled 3-story home. 14 Baywood Drive, Palm Harbor. And it's just a pool home, screened in as well, fenced in backyard. Just a gorgeous opportunity. What I love about this community is you have your own private boat ramp. So you back your boat down, you're out in the Gulf of Mexico fishing, skiing, enjoying the beautiful Florida lifestyle to the best, to the fullest. See all of our listings, platinumcoastalelite.com.
This is God's country.
All right, we got Fred Defelice in the house. Fred, tell me about the solution. We heard a lot about the problems and what's the background is. What is our solution to this problem?
Well, our whole house system, for example, treats the water for just about anything you can think of. And the great thing about our system, it's leaving all the minerals in that are healthy for us. Water softeners give you a slippery, slimy feeling in the shower.
Mm-hmm.
Our systems don't do that. That's actually the salt that you're getting on your skin.
Right.
And then our system takes care of any scale buildup that you might get from hard water. So we have that all covered. Then our under sink system, you don't need a reverse osmosis with our system. So what we have is a super filtration unit. And this actually treats the water for the fluoride, the pharmaceutical drugs, the microplastic particles that are everywhere. And it's been tested for some 200 other contaminants. At any time, you can get different contaminants in the water that the treatment plant at the water company cannot do anything with. They can't take out, for example, drugs and things like that.
Yeah, I thought it was funny. One of the previous shows, you told me the number one drug in the water. What is the number one pharmaceutical drug that you will find as far as trace amounts, right? I guess I'm assuming it's trace amounts. Yep. Number one drug?
Viagra was one of them.
Viagra.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And, they're finding fish with 3 eyeballs now. I mean, I'm exaggerating, but there's a lot of things going on in that water.
Yeah, exactly.
And people don't know.
I mean, it's like, look, we're under attack from a lot of different ways, and you get if you go too far on this bunny trail, you get called a conspiracy theorist. But it's interesting how a lot of small engine planes were just flying into food plants. So you got all these food supply issues. You got train derailments. That carry goods and services. Happen to be in red states where you see some of these things happening. A lot of these things happening. Kind of interesting though when you kind of dig a little bit. But yeah, the water quality is a big thing. And that's something we can control. I like to focus on what we can't control. Right. That's one, easily.
Yeah, and we can control it. People that live in apartments, they've been having problems where they can't really control it. I can't put a system in your apartment because your landlord's not going to give us permission.
Right.
So consider me a resource. Text me or email me. I'll send you the information where you can get shower head filters.
Okay.
Because you don't want, in your showering in chlorine and chloramine, your skin's absorbing all of that.
Right.
Shower head filter, and we also have a water pitcher that as you pour water through it, it actually does almost the same thing as our under sink unit. Put that in the fridge, and you got nice cold water to drink. Nice.
So you got options for people. People can, homeowners can put it on their whole house. You can go under the sink, right. Or if you want, you can buy a pitcher that will sort it, from the spigot. Financing options. Wrap it up for us, Fred.
Yep. The financing, 18 months, no interest. And it's a real easy system. A phone call to me. We discuss your situation. We have upfront pricing. I'll tell you exactly what the system's going to cost you and what the financing would be, for example.
Okay, yeah. You want them to call the hotline or call you directly?
Either one, but you'll get me directly, 727-804-4562.
One more time.
That's 804-4562. Happy to help you.
Waterscience.us is the website as well. Check it out online. Fred Defelice, longtime friend of the program, does a great job. We've had a lot of great feedback from everybody that's reached out to him and gotten this enhanced water for their family. And I think that's a great point you made there too, is it's not just drinking it, bringing it into your stomach and your esophagus,
right.
Your digestive system, but it's also bathing in it because our skin, I believe, is the largest organ, or is the colon?
It is the largest organ.
The colon is the second largest. So yeah. It's kind of interesting. So it's our largest organ is our skin, sitting in a bathtub or in a shower, absorbing those chemicals.
Especially our little kids in the tub. They love to be in there for an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to do something for you about
I know.
that.
Yeah, that's one of the places where my little boy gets a little rambunctious and too rowdy. I'm like, all right, well, let's put him in the bath. It always cheers him up.
There you go.
Put him in the bath. Let him play. Yeah. All right. Hey, Fred, always good visiting. And please, folks, support the local economy by supporting our show. ConsumerQB.com. You can see links there to all of our expert contributors at ConsumerQB.com. And, of course, you can reach out to the hotline as well, 727-263-3707. Attorney Muhammad Akbik coming up here. Small business law, contract law, and more coming up. Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. Please make sure to send him all of your real estate deals and subscribe to the Consumer Quarterback Show podcast on iTunes and Spotify, or check out our YouTube channel. Have a blessed day.
Together.